Good morning, everybody. Wow, what a night of boxing on the zone. It's just finished here. It's about 10 past 7 in the morning over here in South Africa. And I'm absolutely got goosebumps and buzzing over that fight between George Kambosos Jr. and Teofimo Lopez. So much so that I almost forgot about the fight that just preceded it, but let's cover that first. Not a good night for us here in South Africa. Zinga, the golden boy Fuzile, not being successful in his challenge for the IBF super featherweight world title. First off, congratulations, we must give credit to Kenichi Ogawa. He fought a much more disciplined fight than I've seen from him in the past. His technique was a little bit tighter, even though he's still overcommitted on the right at certain points. Zinga Fuzile, he showed the heart of a champion to survive that knockdown in the fifth round, and then two knockdowns in the last round with blood gushing everywhere to see out the distance. But well beaten in the end. I think of Zinga Fuzile, he keeps showing a very good defensive style. At times he was on the ropes with that shoulder roll, and he would make Ogawa miss all kinds of combinations. But the problem was the defensive output. It was the offensive output. It just wasn't there. I think Zinga Fuzile showed art. He showed that he's learned how to survive, because he got hurt and he took a knee there in the first knockdown. Didn't stand there. Didn't try and slug it out with Ogawa like he did against Rakimov that got him knocked out. He learned how to survive, and he showed how to get to the end. But and the defense is there, but I think his offensive game is lacking. The offensive output wasn't there. He was obviously looking to time Ogawa with a southpaw straight left. He had some success with it, but Ogawa was looking for it. But there was nothing else when he couldn't do that. He did try and change the game a little bit by trying to go forward instead of backward late in the fight, but that didn't work. Those hooks and uppercuts, the body work, those inside shots just weren't there. Of course, it's easy to say sitting over here. We haven't got Ogawa in front of us. He's a beast. But I think there is psychological damage still from his first loss to Shavkat Rakimov. And that's what is making him tentative to throw his punches. And I think that is a problem. And I think that problem, he didn't throw a lot of punches against Martin Ward as well, but it worked well enough. He got Martin Ward out of there. But Ogawa was a lot more rugged, and he just didn't throw enough. He just couldn't stop the onslaught of Ogawa. He had some success with a straight left, but not enough. And when that didn't work, he just couldn't turn things around. He just couldn't let his hands go. It's a risk that he takes. But he should have taken that risk and let his hands go more. So great heart, some great defensive skills. He's still our man, Zinga Fuzile. You gave it your all, hard luck. But there's work to be done with Zinga for Fuzile. I don't know what would be the answer. Strangely enough, I'm thinking of Corey Sanders, the heavyweight, before his big victory, upset victory over Vladimir Klitschko. You'll recall he had two stoppage defeats on his records before that, against Nate Tubbs and then the one against Asim Rahman. And before he went to fight Vladimir Klitschko, he saw a sports psychologist and to get his mindset right. And I think this is maybe what one has to look into with Zinga Fuzile at the moment. I think he needs to see maybe a professional to help him with that mindset. Whether it's going to work, I don't know. But that's what I think. What I would advise Zinga Fuzile to do now. I don't know what much else. But then, moving on from that, what a main event! None of us gave George Kambosos Jr. a chance, a snowball's hope in hell. And this is the kind of thing that makes boxing great. This is the kind of thing that moves emotions in people, and that's why I love the sport. Coming from absolutely nowhere. There was nothing in his previous fights. Shows you what I know, what a lot of experts also don't know, so it makes me feel better. But there's nothing to suggest that he had a beating of Teofimo Lopez. Lopez was coming off that great win over Lomachenko. Kambosos didn't look like a power puncher. Teofimo Lopez stormed out there. I think that was the first mistake. Kambosos got under his skin with all that pre-fight banter and wanted to knock him out in the first round. And to me, it almost looked like he was going to succeed. And then bang, Kambosos hit him with a right hand, drops him. And I thought, yeah, you've learned your lesson now. That was stupid, eh? And I thought, okay, Lopez will get him out of there in a couple of rounds. Then what happens? Kambosos keeps a jab busy. He sticks to a game plan. He lands the right hands. And he just kept punching. You know, that's an important point. He didn't just negate what Lopez did. He kept punching. He kept his hands busy, and then he started winning rounds. You know, and then of course Lopez came back into it. To his credit, showed the heart of a champion. Came back into the fight, and when he knocked Kambosos down in the 10th round, it finally looked like, okay, Kambosos, you've had a great moment. But now Lopez is going to pull it out of a fire. And what happens? The championships rounds 11 and 12. Kambosos is not satisfied to just put on an epic show. He wants to win the title. He goes for it. He keeps fighting back, and he takes those rounds. And lo and behold, there he is, winner by a split decision. I believe it was. One judge had it for Lopez. Winner by a split decision. And the new lightweight champion of the world. A great win for Australia. Greatest win by an Aussie ever. We'll have to think about that. I think it's a good argument to be made for that. Greatest Australian fighter ever. No, not by a country mile yet. It's just one victory. He's still far from Kostya Tszyu or Jeff Fenech. But very well could be the greatest single victory by an Australian. And what a show by George Kambosos Jr. You know, believed in himself when nobody did, had a game plan, stuck to it, fought through blood and guts, as did Lopez to his credit. When it looked like finally he's going to lose like he was supposed to, he got back up and he took the fight right back. So congratulations to George Kambosos Jr. Obviously a hard pull for Teofimo Lopez to swallow, saying he's won 10 out of 12 rounds. You know, fighters do believe in themselves, but that he is delusional in that aspect. Well, it was close, but I think Kambosos won that fight fair and square, legitimately. And what an absolute inspirational victory. And, you know, now we might see things happening. We might see Devin Haney and Kambosos fight if Haney gets past Jojo Diaz. But well done to George Kambosos Jr. I almost get emotional for his part. You can see how much he wanted it, and from nowhere. And an epic fight. It's Fight of the Year candidate. And we've had upsets galore this year. Sandor Martin upsetting Mikey Garcia. And then Kiko Martinez the other day knocking out Kid Galahad. Those Spaniards on a roll. And just when you think you've seen it all, here George Kambosos Jr. upsets Teofimo Lopez, and I think hands down this is the upset of the year, because he beat a pound for pound ranked fighter there. And just absolutely incredible. I apologize for the way I look. I can't be looking very bright and breezy, but hey, it's real. It's early in the morning here on a Sunday in South Africa, and I can't sleep, so I thought I'd take the time to just share my thoughts and chat to you guys. Heart goes out to Azinga Fuzile. You tried your best, hard luck. Make the changes that needs to be made, and we'll see how it goes from here. That was obviously a disappointment for us, but what an inspiration, George Kambosos Jr. What a main event, and what an unexpected show on the Zone. Great night of boxing. If you like the channel, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Until we see each other again, remember to keep those hands